Welcome into stream, everybody. It is Tuesday night. I don't know about for anybody else out there, but it has been just absolutely freezing out today. Like, I don't think it got above 45, so it's gonna be kind of a low-key stream. We're still doing banjo kazooie, keeping that series going, but especially after last night, it's definitely gonna be an energy level down below. It should still be a good stream, though. We got fun to do. If you would like, join me with a nice hot cup of tea, cozy up under a blanket or up near a fire, and we'll have a nice chill night. Got some chamomile tonight. That is the spot. Okay. Pull this up. And of course, I always forget to flip this properly. There we go. All right. Let's see. We left off with... Where were we last week? We were at... I don't know if anybody knew this about me, but I love tea. Okay, we left off at Freezy Peak, and honestly at this point I'm not too concerned with getting 100% everything, so even though we got like maybe half of everything there, we're just gonna call it good. Whenever it gets this time of year, I always tell myself that I'm gonna end every night with a cup of tea, and I do so well for like the first week of actually remembering to do that, and then it just completely slips my mind. But we're gonna see if that change is starting tonight, because it is fucking cozy season now, and I'm so happy to be able to break out a sweater again. I fucking love this thing. If there ever comes a day where I don't fit in this anymore, I will be so sad. Let's see, this is still a little bit big. Let's drop this down a little. Better. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. I should remember where we're going from here. We'll see if I have... better? That'll do. We'll see if I actually have half a brain tonight. It is a genuine question I ask myself like every day. Okay, I remembered a little bit. Yay. Thank you, Rosie. It's a close fit. I don't wanna not fit it anymore because I love it, but there's gonna come a day, potentially before the end of the year, I hope not, it doesn't fit me anymore. That's true. That is true. It's the only problem I run into with like everything when it comes to running low. I have no brain. Outgrowing things is I had like no shoulder muscles before, so everything that did fit now is like just short enough from that extra shoulder that I can't move my arms up without showing my stomach, and I don't like doing that. It looks ridiculous. Like, this thing is just barely low enough. This is why I love / hate being tall. It's thank you. I appreciate that. My old favorite, I don't know if you remember it, it was the similar style but like off-white cardigan I went and tried that thing on, like, back over the summer. It was so bad, because that thing was an extra small. I couldn't even button it anymore. But yeah, that was one thing I never really... I don't know, it's like... It's almost small enough that I might get banned on Twitch, and I don't know that I want to do that yet. I think I finally took that thing to Goodwill, which... I'm gonna have to check my closet to make sure, because if I didn't, I will honestly be kind of happy, because I did really love that thing. Hopefully the drinking of tea isn't too loud, too. It's very much one of those nights for it. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know how it is for you tonight. Last night was something. I think it was more physically exhausting than I realized up until like tonight when I finally started to crash. Which, surprisingly, the hot sauce didn't make me feel terrible other than the spot that I spilled on my knee, which, like, even when I went to the gym, that ended up burning as I started to sweat. Other than that, it really wasn't too bad. Which I wasn't expecting. I really thought so too. Like, maybe it's because I wasn't smart and I think it's just the pure, like, capsaicin oil that's left from that I didn't really think about because, as you know probably more than anyone, I don't have the most fully functioning brain. So I just, like, dabbed it off with water without actually washing it off until I took a shower after the gym. So that oil just sat on my leg, and, like, any time... That is a good point. I appreciate you keeping it on the lighter side and not calling me the idiot I can be. Not unlike right now when I decided to take a drink of tea when I should have been actually playing the game. It still was, like, way too much fun to do that, though. I mean, if... That's right, we having a banjo cozy stream tonight. What's up, bro? If you genuinely want me to not do it again, we can talk about it, but also, like... I feel like I might do better next time. Which I really shouldn't say, because the next thing up is... See, this is why I need you guys in my life. I need someone to be my sense of sanity, because I was gonna say I lost it a long time ago, but frankly, for all of the decisions I've made in life, I don't know that I ever had it. We will... It's overrated. Okay. If you guys really don't want me to do it that bad, I will not do it again. Okay. You know what? I think that is a very fair compromise. I think once a month works. Either that or we can, like, keep it exclusive to fire areas. Okay, once a month. Let's see. So what, the third Monday is... That would have been the third, or no, fourth Monday? Third Monday? I don't know days. Third Monday. Yeah. You're not... That is true. I don't need to degrade myself on the internet. Those were some weird times, though. Let's be real. Like, I appreciate that from you guys. I definitely don't do a good enough job of actually giving a shit about myself sometimes. So I appreciate how much you two look out for me. Alright, what you got? Lay it on me. Finish the thought. I don't like what's coming. Every time I'm not good to myself, what? The anticipation is killing me. Thank you for agreeing with me, Rosie. That felt like it was taking forever. But also, thank you, Rosie. I'm gonna make a really dumb joke for a second here, though. I don't technically need functioning testicles, considering. But yeah, no, I'm in agreement with Rosie. I don't want to get kicked so hard in the fucking nesticles that my ancestors die. That sounds about as pleasant as drinking an entire fucking bottle of hot sauce. What you telling him to shut up for, Rosie? You got something to hide? I mean, you say no, but that feels like it's all, you know what? That is fair. That is fair, and I do apologize for it just kind of happening. I can't help who I am and how I feel. I'm sorry. Oh my god, what's happening? But also still, I am so sorry for just like everything about me, and thank you for putting up with me. I know you were. Doesn't change the fact that I'm kind of an idiot. I love you too, Rosie. Well, is anybody else joining me in Cozy Club? You know what? If he could kick me in the testicles from this far away, I would be genuinely impressed. You're the best, Rosie. Eldritch Jiu-Jitsu. Cthulhu Futagan and whatnot. Speaking of which, I still haven't, and I know this is a completely nonsensical tangent if you're not in my brain, I still kind of want to do readings of, I appreciate that, man. I greatly appreciate that. I'm still really tempted to just randomly do, oh my god, why is there a cutscene every time? I haven't even finished my sentence because I am scatterbrained. I'm really tempted to, yep, I'm tempted to every once in a while do a stream or end a stream with reading a Lovecraft short story. How's everybody feel about that? Is that something that would actually be interesting, or would that just be boring to you guys? Be honest. Oh yeah, no, yeah. You're down with that? Okay. Well, hey, maybe since tonight's a very, very laid back stream, we can start it. I would love to do that, Rosie. I've got a story picked out for tonight already. It is like, I still haven't read all of his works, but of everything I've read, it's probably my favorite. So I would love to read to you guys Rosie more than Corbin. I'm sorry, bro, but you know me. Oh my god, why am I so fucking terrible? Again, I say Cthulhu Futagan and whatnot. European gets private attention. Every night. I take care of my husband. How the fuck does anyone put up with me? Like, this is, I know I'm laughing right now, but this is a genuine question. How do you guys put up with me? Because I can barely, I know, right? I can barely put up with myself most of the time. Corbin's a selfish fuck who wants everything to himself. I died. It's not last night, so I don't have to drink hot sauce. That is a very good point. And see, that's the thing, is it's not a, like, I constantly hate myself. A vast majority of the time, I do just act like an idiot and don't actually hate myself, but there's at least a couple of days a month where it's like, hey you, that guy right there, you fucking suck. Nobody likes you for no reason. Other than the fact that I have a fucking gremlin in my brain who likes to make me think that I'm absolutely nothing. Yep, exactly. I prefer to call it my brain gremlin because that gives it... Thank you. Thank you, Rosie. I figure it's a little easier to deal with when it has an actual, like, identity, per se. Like, I used to always joke as a kid that I had a tiny brain inside my brain, which essentially was what I called my conscience. I haven't named the gremlin. If you're down to help me, I would love that. So far, it's just simply known as the gremlin. You know what? You spelled it with an H, so I think that's gonna have to work. My sister's name is Sarah, but without an H, so I think we can call my brain gremlin Sarah. Either that or we can call it Kimmy, because I've never met a Kimmy that I actually have, like, not eventually hated. Alright, I'm glad we're in agreement then. It's also... It's real accurate too. Like... Not fully to blame, but definitely very heavily to blame for a lot of the bullshit that I have just lingering left in my head. Corbin, you want to go ahead and... Kimmy was always extremely jealous of you. And... I'm seeing an angry Rosie for the first time ever, and I don't know how to feel. Oh. Yeah, no, I can tell you from experience, most stable human being ever. But hey, I never died, which, you know, that's something. Yeah, that's true. It was a close call, but I made it out alive. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. It is definitely better days. I still don't know how that absolute nightmare of a... I can't... Words tonight, apparently. What? Somebody help me. What word am I trying to think of? Complex. That's the word. I still don't know how that nightmare of a complex ended up actually being a decent thing for my life. I appreciate that, man. You have always looked out for me, and I appreciate you forever, man. I got a whole lot of who I am to thank you for. And apparently I just got a new follower on Twitch, so if whoever you are is watching right now, thank you! It's... Hey, but you know what? We ain't typical people over here, alright? We are the type of emotionally mature people who will actually... That is a very good point. I let way too many clouds just absolutely dull that sunshine. But I have you two and Shelly as well to thank for actually making it out. I can serenade with you, bro. You just gotta tell me what we're singing. Oh, I love you guys. I I genuinely, and I mean this with every ounce of my heart, I don't know what I'd do if you guys weren't around. I'm so very grateful. That song will, oh my god. I hope you are actually gonna go through and post the entire thing in my chat. That would be absolutely fantastic. That always makes me think of Chief Wiggum. Oh my god, Shelly, yes! Oh, Night Maid. Oh. I gotta say, I am so very thankful for you guys for actually, like, getting in to join me in Twitch, because the reality of the situation was I just really missed you guys and wanted a way to be able to actually, like, still kind of hang out while being so far away. It's without a doubt not the same, but it is a whole hell of a lot better than nothing. And even on my bad days, I look forward to this hour with you guys so much. You're too sweet to me, Rosie. You really are. It makes for very, very good times. And I promise to both you guys that we are not gonna be this long distance forever. But, I mean, you're so nice to me. I genuinely don't know what to say most of the time. That's why text ends up being a whole lot easier, because I can't words with you sometimes. You're so nice to me. Thank you for helping push me to... Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We're not talking about emotions. I pick up the controller and dance like a little monkey. La la la. I have feelings. Ah! That was necessary. Also, my hands sting a little. That was not my finest moment. Again, why the hell do you guys put up with me? I'm genuinely dumb. It's because it's nice to have someone to laugh at, isn't it? It's an okay answer. I accept it. That, like... When it comes to... Well, thank you. I'm very glad to hear that it's not just being laughed at. The rest of the internet, I don't mind if they laugh at me, but it is a comforting thing to know that you guys are laughing with me. Also, I am out of my tea now, and I am sad. We all know exactly what he's gonna say. Oh yeah, no. I mean, Texas isn't too far. I can hear him screaming out positivity towards me. Oh my god, why is the camera doing things? Ow. Time for and do things. Oh, Do things. I do so love old school controls. They are just absolutely wonderful and don't make me want to pull every mustache hair out individually. Which I will say is probably, not that I've pulled every single one out individually, but I have had to, like, once or twice pluck facial hair. That is one of the most uncomfortable and, like, kind of painful things. It's not fun. It's not. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. Although, this is gonna make me sound like a weirdo, but I kind of almost, like, I won't say enjoy, but there's something almost satisfying about that feeling, especially when it's, like, closer in where you can feel it in your tear ducts. I don't know why. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not a crazy person. You always make me feel like I'm not as insane as I feel like I am. Speaking of which, I need to do that soon. I have, like, the tiniest pair of tweezers, but I use them because they are so good at actually getting them. Oh no! Okay, and I'm sure you know exactly what I'm gonna say right now, but you're probably definitely still cute. Little bit, definitely swab. Okay, but see, the thing that you're neglecting is you were still you. Still cute. You know what? I've been there. It is nice to have those days in the past. And to be able to laugh at the pain and know that you don't have to go through that shit again. I mean, you have to know at this point that I can't stop myself from saying it. If I have anything to say about it, you won't have to go through that ever again. We will very simply leave it at that. I'm just going to get the fuck out of here because I keep almost dying. Oh, I need to get that too. Meh. Just gonna make random noises at this point. That's where we're at. I mean, I'm very much at peace about the future too. That's I mean, you can ask him. I have, like... I have for a very long time told him that I feel like you're my soulmate. And he can confirm that in the chat right now. See? He's confirming it. I am literally crazy for you. I mean, I hope so. I sincerely hope so. You know, I don't know if you knew this because it's not like I've told you before, but I kind of, sort of, definitely love you and I'm in love with you. That's right. I'm gonna say it for everyone anywhere to see and hear. I love Rosie. I won't say her last name because I'm not putting anybody on blast. Okay, but to be fair, Corbin's biased. I'm never gonna get tired of hearing that. I don't know if it comes across, but yeah, no, he's the most biased person. You know what? My butthole is an especially spicy Mamma Mia right now. Sometimes I think, hey Sean, you know, you should probably like have a teeny bit of a filter, and then I think, you know what? Nah, it's fine. You know what? You are who you are. Who cares? Oh. Apparently talking about my beehole is just a cause for death, so we're gonna leave that alone. It truly is. And yet, oh my god. Oh my god. I need to stop dying. I'm gonna be real silent for a second here so I can actually make it across the note. We're not doing that. Oh shit, it is Halloween week. I hope I remember where the fucking... If I don't remember where the puzzle is to open this, I will be looking it up because you will bet yourselves that we are playing some spooky shit. It is a rare thing to find something that special. Fair warning, I think the day that all four of us get the chance to be together, I might just literally die of a happy heart attack. Although we talked about it earlier and I can't die. So. Nah, it is rare because we have something more special than you. Okay, but to be fair, Shelly, that is a pretty solid nickname to have. Exactly. Until we can actually live this love in person, we have the chat. And you know what? Being over 2,000 miles away, I will take that for what it is. Take every bit I can get with you guys now. Exactly. Even with everything going on right now, I, for the first time, have hope for the future. And I'm holding it together. I am so very grateful for you, Rosie. We'll leave it at that. Because emotions and shit. See if I actually remember where to go, and if not, not? That's cool. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop because I don't want you, even happy tears, I don't want you to cry. Okay. Okay. I think we can compromise. No crying until we're able to actually talk. On-stream crying is not acceptable. Okay, but you are actually kind of a badass, Rosie. Let's be real. And that's not biased Sean saying that. That is just a genuine fact. The Halloween part. I'm like... I know this is weird, but I am way too sad at the fact that I didn't actually make a full cup of tea. Hey, you were never pathetic. There is nothing wrong with being in touch with the fact that you are a human being and have your emotions, and don't just hide that shit down. You best be careful, bro. She gets scary when she's mad. I love you so much. Oh my god. Oh. You are just fantastic. That's okay. You know what? I will take one for the team. I will fight you anytime, Rosie. Yeah, no, keeping that shit repressed is why I was in an abusive relationship for fucking almost 5 years. You gots to talk about things when something's wrong. It really does. Like, you remember how just, like, completely broken to my core as a human being I was when you and I started working out again. Hey, Spoopy. Spoopy 5 me. I appreciate that, man. One of these days, I need to actually take a little snip of me doing deadlifts so you can see just how well I worked through that calf issue. Like, I actually have proper deadlift form, and I can't tell you how proud I am. That is also true. There is one person that needs to see it more than anyone else. Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. I don't I don't I don't even know what to say to that, bro. It's Yeah, no, just in case you forgot, we are idiots who like to use words that don't really make sense, but apparently had meaning a whole long time ago. Because ween actually does mean opinion. Back in, what, like, Old English, I think? It's been so long since we actually looked it up, I don't remember. It does. You'll have to look it up. We started dying because we would always... For some reason, I don't remember where they started, but we started, like... We started doing the Weenie Peenie song for no reason, where we just go, Weenie Peenie, Weenie, Weenie Peenie Peenie. Like, halfway through the phone call, or we just say ween and peen a lot. And eventually we decided to look it up, and yeah, it is actually a word. Although also, fun fact from grade school, I'm pretty sure the technical term for that little bit of skin on your elbow is... I know, we're dumb. I'm pretty sure the skin of your elbow, that, like... I'm wearing a sweater. Yep, see? If you can't accept just how much we have metaphorical butt sex, I'm sorry, but it's just gonna keep happening. Yeah. Me, I'm dumb. I say stupid, ridiculous things to make the people I care for laugh. I'm very glad to hear. Nope. I don't want to die. Oh my god. I'm a genius. How dare you leave me? How dare you, sir? Just in time for the stressful shit. I gotta actually be sneaking out. Apparently I'm just going to kill myself. I did the thing. I don't remember what else I'm supposed to do from here. Doing things, and that's what matters. Probably. Maybe. I've put way too much brain space to this game still. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, you can see it literally any time. But I'm glad it's an extra draw because it means I get to talk to you more, so I'll take it. I don't care if I'm just a pretty face as long as I get to talk to you. Anytime. Literally anytime. You just ask and you can see a picture anytime, or a video, whatever you want. I like that. I like that very much. I try to be respectful and not steal too much of your time, but I think you and I both know that it is a constant struggle to not be trying to talk to you every minute of every day. But I try to be respectful for you. And especially don't ever want to get in the way of your school. That is a very, very good point. I'm really glad you do. It's an absolute blast for me too. Especially because you're here. Yeah, no, not gonna lie, it's You know what? I think that one day this week I am going to have to do a cooking stream for you. If you want me to grill you a cheese, I can do that. If you want me to make something special specifically, I can do that. If you want me to just pick something, I can do that too. But I will do a cooking stream for you this week. What you think of that? Okay. Okay. Well, then that is a promise, and I don't plan on ever breaking any promises for you. Maybe Thursday we can do that. So there's a couple of days. Exactly. It would be an absolute blast. Tomorrow we can talk about whatever you want me to make. It's okay. To be fair, most of the video games are just kind of here as a catalyst for me to be able to talk to you guys and have background noise. Also, I know. Most of the time, I really don't even know what I'm doing in these either. I like to fake it and hope that nobody catches on, which secret's out now. Yeah, no. This is... The video game portion is literally just here. Exactly. That is how I live my life too. It has mostly been successful. It's how I managed to somehow run multiple restaurants throughout my time. Exactly. If it's working in the way it needs to... I definitely, like... I never did anything I shouldn't, but I definitely, like... I way overexerted myself for some places. Like, especially LP. If I hadn't left that job, more than likely would have killed me. Like, I get... Especially... just with life in general, but I know. I do. Yeah. I don't know if I ever told you, I literally, like, because I was so short-staffed thanks to headquarters, I would, for an hour a day, every day, have to run that entire place myself. I needed it. like, I feel like, yeah, no. And it, like, the busiest hour I ever did was, I did a $360 hour with no one else there. And that was, yeah. Like, I genuinely had to fight off a panic attack when that happened. No, 100%. There was a day where I had to do a, like, it was either $350 or $360 hour. And still managed to keep things moving at what was the acceptable pace for that restaurant. And was so glad that I didn't have to work that whole day, because the moment I went off, I went to the Taco Bell down the road, I got myself some shitty food, and I just cried in my car because I was so, not just physically, but emotionally exhausted from somehow making it through without breaking down. I mean it when I say that job was gonna fucking kill me. Like, because of the masochist I am too. Oh god, no. And see, that was the other thing, is I really wasn't making that much. Like, it was a decent amount of money, but for the amount of work I was doing, it was not enough. If I ever do work in restaurants again, I will never work a salary job. That was nothing but a racket. What'd I fuck up? I know how to spell at least at a second grade level. I don't appreciate your sass. It's mostly that I didn't really remember what I was doing. I don't know how I didn't end up with at least like minor PTSD from that job. Nope. Apparently I don't know how to spell. We're just gonna deal with that. Either gonna spell this whole thing or die, and either way we're gonna call it for the game after this, and I shall start story time. God, just give me a puzzle piece so I can leave. There we go. Okay. We are going to quit the game, because nobody cares about your stupid ending animation. We'll just turn that off. And now give me one moment to prepare the screen. I mean, especially for Tuesday nights, and especially while playing banjo kazooie, it's really more of a podcast format where that's just there for something to look at in the background, but not actually something to pay attention to. Okay. I'm going. Y'all get to see more of my face for once, so my apologies. Okay. I don't need headphones now. All right. I'm so sorry. That was probably really loud. So, for those of you who don't know it about me, I am a huge, huge fan of Lovecraft. I like spooky shit, but also I really like just the the world building he's able to do through short stories, you're good, man. I will hop over for your stream once I'm done. Have a good one. But tonight, as you can see, I will do my best Vanna White. To the left. I'm going to be reading The White Ship. And also just fair warning, I am slightly dyslexic, so I will apologize if I screw up at any point. All right. So this is called The White Ship. I am Basil Elton, keeper of the North Point light that my father and grandfather kept before me. Far from the shore stands the gray lighthouse above sunken, slimy rocks that are seen when the tide is low, but unseen when the tide is high. Past that beacon for a century have swept the majestic baroques of the seven seas. In the days of my grandfather, there were many. In the days of my father, not so many. Now there are so few that I sometimes feel strangely alone, as though I were the last man on our planet. From far shores came those white-sailed argosies of old. From far eastern shores where warm suns shine and sweet odors linger about strange gardens and gay temples. The old captains of the sea came often to my grandfather and told him of these things, which in turn he told my father, and my father told me in the long autumn evenings when the wind howled eerily from the east. And I have read more of these things, and of many things besides, in the books men gave me when I was young and filled with wonder. But more wonderful than the lore of old men and the lore of books is the secret lore of the ocean. Blue, green, gray, white, or black, smooth, ruffled, or mountainous, the ocean is not silent. All my days I have watched it and listened to it, and I know it. At first it told me only the plain little tales of calm beaches and near ports, but with the years it grew more friendly and spoke of other things, of things more strange and more distant in space and time. Sometimes at twilight the gray vapors of the horizon have parted to grant me glimpses of the ways beyond, and sometimes at night the deep waters of the sea have grown clear and phosphorescent to grant me glimpses of the ways beneath. And these glimpses have been as often of the ways that were and the ways that might be, as of the ways that are. For ocean is more ancient than the mountains, and freighted with the memories of the dreams of time. Out of the south, it was that the white ship used to come when the moon was full and high in the heavens. Out of the south, it would glide very smoothly and silently over the sea. And whether the sea was rough or calm, and whether the wind was friendly or adverse, it would always glide smoothly and silently, its sails distant, and its long, strange tiers of oars moving rhythmically. One night I espied upon the deck a man, bearded and robed. He seemed to beckon to me to embark to fair, unknown shores. Many times afterward I saw him under the full moon, and ever did he beckon me on. Very brightly did the moon shine on that night. I answered the call, and I walked out over the waters to the white ship on a bridge of moonbeams. The man who had beckoned now spoke a welcome to me in a soft language I seemed to know well, and the hours were filled with soft songs of oarsmen as we glided away into the mysterious south, golden with the glow of that full, mellow moon. And when the day dawned, rosy and effulgent, I beheld the green shores of far lands bright and beautiful, and to me unknown. Up from the sea rose lordly terraces of verdure, tree-studded and strewn here and there, the gleaming white roofs of colonnades of strange temples. As we drew near the green shore, the bearded man told me of that land, the land of Zar, where dwell all the dreams and thoughts of beauty that come to men once and then forgotten. And when I looked upon the terraces again, I saw that what he said was true, for among the sights before me were many things I had once seen through the mist beyond the horizon and in the phosphorescent depths of ocean. There too were forms and fantasies more splendid than any I had ever known, the visions of young poets who died in want before the world could learn of what they had seen and dreamed. But we did not set foot upon the sloping meadows of Zar, for it is told that he who treads them may never more return to his native shore. As the white ship sailed silently away from the templed terraces of Zar, we beheld on the horizon, out of the spires of a mighty city, and the bearded man said to me, "This is Thalarian, the city of thousand wonders, wherein reside all of the mysteries that man has striven in vain to fathom." And I looked again at closer range, and saw that the city was greater than any city I had known or dreamed of before. Into the sky the spires of its temple reached so that no man might hold their peaks. And far beyond the horizon stretched the grim gray walls over which one might spy a few roofs, weird and ominous, yet adorned with rich friezes and alluring sculptures. I yearned mightily to enter this fascinating yet repellent city, and besought the bearded man to land me at the stone pier by the huge carven gate Acarial. But he gently denied my wish, saying, "Into Thalarion, the city of 1,000 wonders, many have passed, but none returned. Therein only walk demons and mad things that are no longer men, and the streets are white with the unburied bones of those who have looked upon the Edolan Lathi that reigns over the city." So the white ship sailed on past the walls of Thalarion, and followed for many days a southward flying bird, whose glossy plumage matched the sky out of which it had appeared. Then came to me a pleasant coast gay with blossoms of every hue, where as far inland as we could see basked lovely groves and radiant arbors beneath the meridian sun. From bowers beyond our view came bursts of songs and snatches of lyrical harmony, interspersed with faint laughter so delicious that I urged the rowers onward in my eagerness to reach the scene. And the bearded man spoke no word, but watched me as we approached the lily-lined shore. Suddenly a wind blowing from over the flowery meadows and leafy woods brought a scent at which I trembled. The wind grew stronger, and the air was filled with lethal charnel odor of plague-stricken towns and uncovered cemeteries. And as we sailed madly away from that damnable coast, the bearded man spoke last, saying, "This is Zura, the land of pleasures unattained." So once more the white ship followed the birds of heaven, over warm, blessed seas, fanned by caressing, aromatic breezes. Day after day and night after night did we sail. And when the moon was full, we would listen to soft songs of the oarsmen, sweet as on that distant night when we sailed away from the far native land. And it was by moonlight that we anchored at last in the harbor of Sonanil, which is guarded by twin headlands of crystal that rise from the sea and meet in the resplendent arch. This is the land of fancy, and we walked the verdant shore upon a golden bridge of moonbeams. In the land of Sonanil there is neither time nor space, neither suffering nor death, and there I dwelt for many aeons. Green are the groves and pastures, bright and fragrant the flowers, blue and musical the streams, clear and cool the fountains, and stately and gorgeous the temples, castles, and cities of Sonanil. Of that land there is no bound, for beyond each vista of beauty rises another more beautiful. Over the countryside and amidst the splendor of cities rove at will the happy folk, of whom all are gifted with unmarred grace and unalloyed happiness. For the aeons that I dwelt there, I wandered blissfully through the gardens, where quaint pagodas peep from pleasing clumps of bushes, and where the white walks are bordered with delicate blossoms. I climbed gentle hills from whose summits I could see entrancing panoramas of loveliness, with steepled towns nestling in verdant valleys, and with the golden domes of gigantic cities glittering on the infinitely distant horizon. I viewed by moonlight the sparkling sea, the crystal headlands, and the placid harbor wherein lay anchored the white ship. It was against the full moon one night in the memorable year of Tharp that I saw outline the beckoning form of the celestial bird, and felt the first stirrings of unrest. Then I spoke with the bearded man, and told him of my new yearning to depart from remote Cathuria, which no man hath seen, but which all believe to lie beyond the basalt pillars of the west. It is the land of hope, and in it shine the perfect ideals of all that we know elsewhere, or at least so men relate. But the bearded man said to me, "Beware those perilous seas wherein men say Cathuria lies. In Sonanil there is no pain nor death, but who can tell what lies beyond the basalt pillars of the west?" Natheless, at the next full moon I boarded the white ship, and with the reluctant bearded man left the happy harbor for untraveled seas. And the bird of heaven flew before, and led us toward the basalt pillars of the west, but this time the oarsmen sang no soft songs under the full moon. In my mind I would often picture the unknown land of Cathuria with its splendid groves and palaces, and wonder what new delights there awaited me. Cathuria, I would say to myself, is the abode of gods in the land of the unnumbered cities of gold. Its forests are of aloe and sandalwood, even as the fragrant groves of Cameron, and among the trees flutter gay birds sweet with songs. On the green and flowery mountains of Cathuria stand temples of pink marble, rich with carven and painted glories, and having in their courtyards cool fountains of silver, while pearl with ravishing music and scented waters that come from the grotto-born river Narg. And the cities of Cathuria are cinctured with golden walls, and their pavement are also of gold. In the gardens of these cities are strange orchids and perfumed lakes whose beds are of coral, and these cities are strange orchids. In the gardens of these cities are strange orchids and perfumed lakes whose beds of coral and amber. At night the streets and the gardens are lit with gay lanterns fashioned from the three-colored shell of the tortoise, and here resound the soft noises of the singer and the lutenist. And the houses of the cities of Cathuria are all palaces, each built over a fragrant canal bearing the waters of the sacred Narg. Of marble and porphyry are the houses, and roof with glittering gold that reflects the rays of the sun and enhances the splendor of the cities as blissful gods view them from the distant peaks. Fairest of all is the palace of the great Monarch Doriab, whom some say to be a demigod and others a god. High is the palace of Doriab, and many are the turrets of marble upon its walls. In its wide halls many multitudes assemble, and here hang the trophies of the ages. And the roof is of pure gold, set upon tall pillars of ruby and azure, and having such carven figures of gods and heroes that he who looks up to the heights seems to gaze upon the living Olympus. And the floor of the palace is of glass, under which flow the cunningly lighted waters of the Narg, gay and gaudy fish not knowing beyond the bounds of lovely Cathuria. Thus would I speak to myself of Cathuria, but never would the bearded man warn me to turn back to the happy shores of Sonanil. For Sonanil is known of men, while none hath ever beheld Cathuria. And on the 31st day that we followed the bird, we beheld the basalt pillars of the west. Shrouded in the mist they were, so that no man might peer beyond them or see their summits, which indeed some say reached even to the heavens. And the bearded man again implored me to turn back, but I heeded him not. For from the mists beyond the basalt pillars, I fancied there came the notes of singers and lutenists, sweeter than the sweetest songs of Sonanil, and sounding my own praises, the praises for me, who had voyaged far under the full moon and dwelt in the land of fancy. So to the sound of melody, the white ship sailed into the mist betwixt the basalt pillars of the west. And when the music ceased and the mist lifted, we beheld not the land of Cathuria, but a swift, rushing, resistless sea, over which our helpless baroque was borne towards some unknown goal. Soon to our ears came the distant thunder of falling waters, and to our eyes appeared on the far horizon ahead of the titanic spray of a monstrous cataract, wherein the ocean of the world dropped down to the abysmal nothing. Then did the bearded man say to me, with tears on his cheek, "We have rejected the beautiful land of Sonanil, which we may never behold again. The gods are greater than men, and they have conquered." And I closed my eyes before the crash that I knew would come, shutting out the sight of the celestial bird which flapped its mocking blue wings over the brink of the torrent. Out of that crash came darkness, and I heard the shrieking of men and of things that were not men. From the east tempestuous wind arose and chilled me as I crouched on the slab of damp stone which had risen beneath my feet. Then as I heard another crash, I opened my eyes and beheld myself upon the platform of that lighthouse from whence I had sailed so many aeons ago. In the darkness below, there loomed the vast blurred outlines of a vessel breaking up in the cruel rocks, and as I glanced out over the waste, I saw that the light had failed for the last time since my grandfather had assumed its care. And in the latter watches of the night, when I went within the tower, I saw on the wall a calendar which still remained as when I had left it, at the hour I sailed away. With the dawn, I descended the tower and looked for wreckage upon the rocks, but what I found was only this: a strange dead bird whose hue was the azure sky, and a single shattered spar of a whiteness greater than that of the wave tips of the mountain snow. And thereafter the ocean told me its secrets no more, and though many times since has the moon shone full and high in the heavens, the white ship from the south never came again. Well, thank you guys for appeasing me with that. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, let me know. I definitely would be down to do it again. Anytime, Rosie. Anytime. I am gonna call it a stream here, but I will be back tomorrow night to play more Blair Witch, which, if you didn't catch it last week, you're gonna see me get very much scared, which is... it's fun. It is fun. But thank you guys again for hanging out this stream. Have an absolutely wonderful night.